Not too many people know that there are various visa categories in the UK, and two of the main visa categories doesn't require a job offer or sponsorship. So today we are going to cover the success story of one of the ex-international student who have managed to get Innovator Founder Visa. So let's welcome Tushar and get to know what is Innovator Founder Visa, how he got it, timelines, cost, and how you guys can also learn from him. So without any further delay, let's get started by introducing Tushar to you guys. Hi Tushar, welcome to Your Knowledge Buddy. And if you don't mind, can you please introduce yourself to my audience?
Yeah. Thank you for inviting me, first of all. And I'm Tushar. I'm from New Delhi, and I've been living in the UK for 3 years almost. And I've been working as a software engineer. I graduated from University of Leeds, and I'm still in Leeds, still staying here. Really nice place. I think it's better than London, but that is subjective. Yeah. So I have almost six years of experience. I as a software engineer, also in blockchain, which is what my idea is about.
Great. So Tushar, what did you study here?
So I studied computer science,
Mm.
masters, and it actually the idea that I had for the Innovator Founder Visa was also my master's project.
Oh, amazing. So, for my new audience or for my audience who's watching this video, let's talk everything about Innovator Founder Visa. So, like I told in my introduction, guys, Tushar did not try for skill visa. He tried for Innovator Founder Visa. So, let's understand what is Innovator Founder Visa. If you can explain in simple terms to my audience, please.
Yeah, sure. So if you have a innovative, scalable, and viable business idea, then you should definitely apply for Innovator Founder Visa. What it does, it gives you 3 years to work and also do your own business in the UK. So while you're working on your business, you can also do like part-time or full-time jobs, which is a kind of nuance for this particular visa type because not other visas give you the same kind of flexibility.
Yeah.
So I think it's really, really great if you want to like expand your knowledge while working on something you really want to work.
Yeah. Tushar, but how did you get into Innovative Founder Visa? Most of the students I interact with, or most of the people in the UK, they all talk about skill visa. They don't even explore other visa categories if they're eligible or if they can contribute to that. So, how did you know about Innovative Founder Visa?
Right. It's a really interesting story. I would say so 2 years ago when I moved to UK, there was one other guy that I knew. He came to UK and I was so surprised because he just posted one picture. And I was like, this kind of looks like UK. And I asked him and he was like, oh, I'm on an innovator founder visa and I have this and that. I was like, oh, that's interesting because I always wanted to do my own business. And he was like, okay, you can come. So he lives in Bristol and he told me everything about it. And it, I was like, okay, well, I think this is my next step.
Oh,
So after I graduated, I started working in a company in London. It's called CDP. So I've been working here for 2 years and then my graduate visa was almost expiring. So this whole year, I planned to, okay, well, I think it's time for me to switch. So that's how I got into Innovator Founder Visa route.
okay. So I'm going to remind to my audience for Innovative Founder Visa, you don't require a job offer and you don't require a sponsorship. And like Tushar is mentioning, you require a business idea, which is scalable, which is new, which will help the economic grow in the UK market. So Tushar, did you require any kind of investment to show for Innovative Founder Visa?
It highly depends on your idea itself. There's no minimum requirement, but if you have some cash that you can show, that is really, really helpful for them to analyze how you can scale. So let's say if I'm showing like £10,000, then you have to have your bank statements and also your business idea balance sheet should reflect how you're gonna invest this 10,000, what kind of jobs you're gonna create. So there's no, I would say there's no minimum barrier, but definitely if you're quoting something, then you have to prove that.
Yeah, true. Again, previously there was no innovator founder visa. There was a visa category which was called as starter visa. And for
Yeah.
starter visa, the requirement which the business has put was £50,000, and they have scrapped it completely 2 years ago. and they came up with this visa called Innovator Founder Visa, where they say you have to tell us how much money you need to run your own business or scale your business. So, which is good. But do I also understand it correctly that you don't get any financial support from the government? It's your money that you're investing. You're just showing that it's a new business. You are trying to scale it and grow it and help the UK economy grow, right?
That's correct. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's more like your idea. So you are putting your efforts into it. And if it creates more economic growth in the UK, then they definitely will be like, okay, well, you can
Okay.
come.
Okay, so now let's talk about the big idea. What was your idea? Are you allowed to talk publicly now? And what idea actually gave you Innovative Founder Visa so that my audience can also think around those lines, or at least that will trigger their thinking for this visa?
Sure. So my initial idea, I would say, about the master's project was kind of related to health tech.
Mhm.
So let's say you move from India to UK, all of your history is just in the India itself. So you went to some hospitals, clinics, it's all in paper form. You don't have a digital copy of it.
Mhm.
Now you're moving to UK, all of those papers, either you have to carry with yourself or you have to send them through WhatsApp or Facebook or something. And once you go to a hospital in the UK, all of your history is just lost. So I came up with an idea to first connect these different hospitals with UK. However, this was my master's degree project. However, that was really, really tricky. First of all, I have to go through all the laws, all the regulation, and countries don't really allow to like interpolate data. So I came up with this new idea. Why not it because it's my own data, it's your own data. So why not I should have the control over it?
Mm.
And why should I be able to go to these other institutions and waste maybe 30 to 40 minutes to get my own data? I should be able to scan, upload, and grant anyone access to my data. And I should be able to sell this data for market research as well. So this whole protocol of my consent is what I call is like cryptographic consent protocol, which stores your data in the blockchain itself. So even my project doesn't know what the data is until it reaches the end person. So it's like end to end encrypted. And also, your while you are uploading your data, you have a chance to um, get it to market research. Let's say research universities need data of Indian students or maybe Chinese students. So you can get give us your data, which gonna be anonymized, and then you can earn passive income from it, which is great. Like I'm just sitting at my home and I'm getting earnings from the data that I have accrued all over my 25 years. So this whole um, system, I had an MVP. The company in the US, they sponsored us, gave us £10,000, 10,000 US dollars, and to build the MVP. And then we also got selected for UC Berkeley Blockchain Accelerator. They invited us to California and San Francisco. And next month, maybe I'll be going there. I'm not sure because of the visa issues, but still, it's really great. We get to pitch to investors, get networking, and we get a chance to meet the CEO of the company itself.
Yeah.
So it's really great.
So you got
And
that money before your approval of the Innovative Founder Visa.
right,
And you got that during your dissertation time itself, you're saying.
that's right. Yeah.
Amazing. How clever you are. Okay. And
Yeah.
then what did you do?
And then afterwards I reached out to my university as well. Because I was already graduated. So I was like, oh, can you help me with like sponsoring or like maybe helping with business setup or business advice? I will 100% suggest people to take a business advisor, maybe like a part-time advisor or someone you can go to and check like, okay, well, is my business scalable, viable? Because my first business plan wasn't really scalable, which I got to know after I did this, after I went to the uni. They had a accelerator program and they did my whole research with me. And then I got to know, okay, so definitely reach out to your uni if you're graduated from the UK, and then go through all this process.
Okay. So when you realize that your current idea was scalable, so you started preparing, arranging your documents to go for Innovator Founder Visa, right?
That's correct. Yeah.
So let's talk about how was your process once you realize you have collect all the evidence or what's your plan. What are the things you did, and to before you go to the endorsing body, right? Because you have to present your idea to the endorsing body. So what did you prepare actually? How did you prepare? So if you can talk about that process.
Sure. So first thing, the main thing that I'll say, go look at your channel. Go through all the videos, go through every single interview and see if it fits for you, first of all, and then if you meet the requirements as well. Now, next thing, what I was gathering all the documents. First and foremost, I asked the company that had given me the money to frame a document that, oh, this guy is this and this, help me like this. So they made a proper document. I asked my uni to make another document to like give like, okay, this guy is really good at business, and like kind of like endorsing before the endorsement itself.
Mhm.
So I got these two documents, and also I reached out to my friends to get the letter of intent from them because they already have startups. And I was like, okay, I think it's really helpful to get ground research done as well. And I also launched a survey which got around 100 plus replies to see if the market really needs this product. So go do market research first. And also, whenever you're making a business plan, definitely go through research papers, see the numbers, and quote the numbers inside your research plan as well.
Mm.
It's really helpful for UK government to see actual results.
Okay. So basically, you did your research. So whatever survey you have done, you added that. You already had this plan. So was this working? Your idea was already working. So you did not show a prototype, but you showed a really working software to them.
I had a MVP prototype as well.
MVP, yeah. So basically,
Yeah, yeah,
at least minimum MVP product needs to be shown
yeah.
to the government, to the endorsing body, so that they can see what it is, and then maybe future plans how you want to scale that business. That is what they want to
That
see.
is correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also one more thing here. Let's say I'm a software engineer and I'm working on a website. It's much more easy to understand for them. But let's say I'm a software engineer and starting a business in beer factory. They will be like, how do you have this kind of experience? So you should always focus like on your own experience, I would say.
Mm.
Don't go somewhere else which is completely apart from your expertise or your master's degree.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So I don't know, Tushar, if you know, but I have also invited previously two of the ex-international student, and you will be the third international student, who's talking about Innovator Founder Visa, their journey. And if I remember correctly, their background was very similar to your background. They were also like a developer or software engineer, so that they can also create a prototype. What about someone who's not a software engineer, who cannot develop their own website or a prototype to show? So they can take help from anyone to do it, right? It's not like you need to do it as a founder of it.
I would say rather than taking anyone else's help, I either if you have a strong business plan and strong market, it's more than enough.
Mm.
Don't don't go to other subcontractors. It's not allowed in the category.
Okay.
So you should own the whole rights. And also, let's say if you can do an IP, you can register an IP or a patent, that will really, really benefit you. I also had an IP of the name of the company itself. I already registered it. It takes around 2 months and around £250. But if you can get that, that will be really, really beneficial for your uh, endorsing body.
Okay. Thanks so far, Tushar. Now let's talk about the timelines. When did you actually start planning for it versus when you applied and when you got your innovator founder visa? What was the timeline like?
So I started planning around 3 months prior to when I have to apply. And then in these 3 months, I reached out to all the people that I mentioned earlier, and also improved my business plan, made changes slightly, updated the balance sheet, specifically cash flows. You have to be really, really specific because they're going to ask you questions in the interview round. And then I had to choose out of three, I had to choose one of the endorsing body. I was torn between inventors and UKES. But at the end of the day, I was like, okay, UKES is much better for software related products after watching your video. So I was like, okay, UKES much better. So I went with UKES, and definitely it's really, really better.
Mm.
And it was they have a 21-day period, and they reached out to me after 10 days to get more information to support my application. So I had to get like at least 6 to 7 documents ready. They will ask your bank statements, ask you if you have done any IP, if you have reached to IP lawyer to check your patent is not like authentic and novel. And then they will reach out again to ask your other details if they want to. But in my case, it was just once. And after I think 2 days, they asked me for an interview. So at the interview stage, I knew this like I have done almost 95% of the job already. It's just 5% remaining. And in the interview, first thing they said is the reason why we do interview is because a lot of people they get help from someone else to write their business idea. So this is the main reason of cancellations of endorsement.
Hmm. Okay.
So
A
yeah,
good learning then for people who are watching this video. If you are planning for innovator founder visa, make sure you listen to this carefully.
yeah. So first thing they ask is definitely don't go to people who say, okay, you can pay me like 5,000, 6,000 pounds and I will do all the things for you. It's not what endorsement is about. You have to have an innovative visa, innovative idea, and you have to be able to answer every single question that they ask. They ask a lot of questions. Every single thing that you have written in the application, they will grill you about that. I won't say it's really, really grilling uh, if you have written everything by yourself, but definitely if you have gotten any help from others, then you won't be able to answer their questions.
Great. Yeah. So before you were invited for the interview, you applied or you uploaded all the relevant documents, like you mentioned. So you have to do your business case along with the evidence of your balance sheet and other bits that you're saying. How long was your interview session? The reason why I'm asking, I think when I interviewed Jay before, he said it was pretty long and he had to go through 10 interview sessions. If I,
Wow.
yeah, so I don't know. How was it for you?
For me, it was just 30 minutes.
Only 30 minutes and just once. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Okay, pretty good. Because you were already prepared. Maybe you had already watched the videos, you spoke to people who already got innovator founder visa, and maybe
And
your idea was already mature enough or your prototype was good enough where they can see all the evidence even when you submitted it rather than just
that
interview.
is correct. Yeah. I think most of the interview questions revolve around your cash flow. So you have to be really, really proper with, let's say, if you're investing 10,000 or even 5,000, it's more than enough. But you have to tell them why 5,000. Why did you choose 5,000 pounds? Like how many jobs you going to create in 2 years? So you need to refine, you need to answer right there. And you can't change the um, business plan in the interview itself. So you have to be precise. You can't just say, "Oh, I thought of it," and then after thinking like, "I think it should be 10,000." You can't do that. So you
Very
have to
thorough
be,
with numbers. Very,
yeah, yeah.
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 Okay.
Also, it will be really helpful if you do research about your endorsing person who's on the other side. For me, I had their email, so I went to LinkedIn and I researched about them, and I got all the information about them. So when you go and meet them, you at least know what background there is. so you can have a proper conversation with them.
Clever approach, I will say. So, was it a face to face interview, like in person, or was it a remote interview?
It was a remote interview. At that time, I was in New Delhi.
Okay, all right. Tushar, so we spoke about a lot of things in terms of preparation, documents, and the cost, the timeline, and what kind of business ideas which are kind of promoted and which gives Innovator Founder Visa. Let's talk about the checkpoint. So you say when you meet them for the first time with your idea, and then when it's approved, you get the visa. You apply for the visa, you get the visa. What's the next step? When do they invite you for the next checkpoint meeting? Because you would have promised, hey, in 6 months I'll do that, or 1 year. So what is the process like?
Yep. So first of all, when you apply for the Innovator Founder Visa and with the endorsing party, you have to pay £1,000 for like the whole process of the 21 days or 30 days. And then every year you have to have a checkpoint meeting, which is again £500 roughly each meeting. And it's going to be every 12 months. So you have to, yeah,
Sorry, did you say every 12 months you have meeting with them?
yeah, every 12 months.
And then you have
Yeah,
to pay £500.
right. That's correct.
Okay.
And then they will help you if you need any help from them. And also they will guide you if you're struggling somewhere. And there's one more chance if after 3 years your business idea is not doing that great. However, you show a little bit of growth and you need to renew your visa. So then also, if these checkpoint meetings went really well, they will consider for extension of your visa rather than ILR straightforward. So
Okay.
let's say for ILR, you need to create maybe 10 jobs. There are like 5 criteria that you can go and check. So you need to create 10 full-time jobs. You need to have maybe £50,000 of minimum investment and there are more 5 more things that you need to do, which at the moment I'm not concerned about, so I don't know, but you should definitely check that if you are thinking of ILR. But yeah, this is the one thing, and the other thing is maybe you can get extension, so that's the other thing.
Oh, I didn't know that. So even when you get a 3 years of visa, so it's not that you get straight away ILR after that. In your checkpoint meeting or before you apply for ILR, say end of 3 years, they check your whole business idea and how it's progressing. And if it said for ILR, you need to create 10 jobs or I don't know, 50 jobs. If you have not done that, then you don't get your ILR in 3 years. Then they extend your
Correct.
visa if they see some growth. Yeah.
Right.
And then, okay. And then maybe after 2 years, say in 5 years' time, if you have managed to show that growth, then only they give you ILR.
Yeah, yeah, that's correct.
I didn't know
So
that.
yeah, it's really, really difficult visa to get at first place. Obviously, maybe like I think the success rate is almost 12 to 15% of all applications. And then you have these more conditions to get the ILR itself. So please think before you apply because it's gonna take a lot of process
Yeah.
from your side.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So now your next checkpoint meeting is only after a year or so, right?
That's correct, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, great. Okay, so I learned something. Thank you very much for coming and educating me. And I would like to know, is there anything you want to say to my audience who are watching the video? Because most of my audience, they are behind skill visa, even though I had been bringing success stories on my channel by not only Innovator Founder Visa, but also Global Talent Visa is another visa category where people can be here in the UK without needing a job offer and sponsorship. So what do you have to say to my audience?
I think you should definitely decide first which country you want to go to because there are other countries apart from UK that have really good visas as well. For example, Singapore or Canada. Canada gives you straight away PR the moment you register for the founder visa. So, which is really interesting. I was thinking about that as well. So you get a 2-year visa there and you immediately get the PR. So you can work, you can do anything. And for Singapore, maybe China too, now have changed their visa restrictions.
Yeah.
So they have a K visa, so which is really interesting. Yeah. So definitely decide first and take a lot of time before even applying for a visa itself.
Any mistakes you want to highlight that you have done which you don't want my audience to do?
When you are applying for the application itself, try to be more descriptive. If you're not descriptive, it will slow down the whole process. I think that's the reason why I had to resubmit a lot of information. Always make sure you are uploading documents that are updated and have all the business plan rather than partial. In my case, I had a little bit lesser, so they reached out to clarify. But if they didn't, then I would have lower chances to get the visa itself.
Mm. Okay, good. Thank you. So, to my audience, if you want me to bring Tushar live on YouTube or Instagram, let me know in the comment section. I hope this video was useful. Again, I'm very happy when students reach out to me by saying, hey, they have managed to get this visa or a different visa or any kind of visa. I do try to bring success stories on my channel. If you have any success stories which you want to come and share so that others get also motivated, because current job market is not that great, so I want to motivate my current audience so that you can still apply for not only skilled visa but other visa categories as well. Do let me know in the comment section if there's anyone who wants to come and share their journey. Thank you so much, Tushar. Thank you for coming and sharing journey, and all the best to you.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me. It
Thank you.
was really great.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.